Hi, welcome to My Two Bits. My name's Laura Batante. Today I have this really adorable little paper line, a super fun craft, easy to do. So let's get started. All right, so for materials, you're going to need a little tiny piece of black for his nose, or if you don't have that, you could go ahead and draw the nose on, that would work too. I am using a yellow for his body and head, and then I have some other papers to help create this mane on him. So I'm using 3 different colors or patterns to create his mane. Now you could use like yellows and oranges, or if you want you could just do it with yellow, that would be fine too. So these are cardstock. You can use paper too, that works perfectly well. So I have 3 different colors there. I have a little bit of black for the nose. Here is the template, which is available right there in the video notes. You will also need scissors, glue, googly eyes if that is your preference for the eyes, a pen if you want to put some little spots on for his whiskers, and then and for his little paws, and then some paper clips. As you know, I love these to hold the template in place while you're cutting. All right, so let's go ahead and cut out. Oh, I know what I didn't tell you was I gave you 2 face options. This little guy is the one I made here, and then I have another one which here I've created him this way. His face shape is just a little bit different, and then I've moved the nose and the eyes up, and so that's an option. You can, and you know what, you can go ahead, cut one, and then just play around and see what you like. All right, so we're going to cut out our pieces and get started. All right, so I have everything cut and just going to pull it apart and have a little look. Now, once you cut out your pieces, don't throw away the scraps, because we are going to use those to create the mane. So, you know, if you have something that looks like that, don't throw that away. We're just going to cut little strips like this and use those to create the mane. So hold on to all of those. Okay, so before I attach my front legs to my back legs, I am going to draw on my little paw line, and I'm doing that so that I don't have to go over a little bump once I've glued this down. And if you don't want to do this step, you don't have to. All right, so you could see where if I was trying to do it here, it would hit the edge there and could make your pen go off all wonky. You can see I use all of the parts of the paper. You won't see it, so it doesn't matter. And that just lines up like that. Okay. And then we can attach the tail as well. And that's just going to sit in back there. And you can play around with where you want to put stuff. And you could even change the shape of your tail if you wanted. You don't have to do it. You don't have to use my pattern. Okay, so here is my face shape, and I am going to, this is the second face shape, this is the first, so this is B. I am going to pop this guy's nose up a little higher on this one. And then I have used my little hole punch to show you, you know, how just playing around with different positions, eyes and nose, can make him look really different. We can have those wide apart. We can have them wide apart up here and have his nose go up. So you can choose what you like. They don't have to be even either. There's nothing saying you have to have your eyes on even. All right, so I'm probably going to go with something like that just to mix it up a little. And I drew on the eyes on that guy over there. Here I'll use these just because I already have them. They're a little harder to work with, not gonna lie. There we go. They're so tiny, but okay, there we go. So you can see how fast this is coming together. It doesn't take long at all. So the only thing left to do now is to work on that mane. Now, also the other thing is that on this little guy, I put the ears in, the inside of the ears. On this one, I didn't. I don't think I'm going to on this one either. I just used one of my contrasting papers. You could use a pinkish color if you wanted to, but I didn't really want to put pink with yellow on this particular fellow. All right, so all we need to do now is take our scraps and cut up our little strips. Okay, so I have my pile of strips. Now, we'll tell you that when I was doing my very first test of this to see whether this would work, and I can't find it, I was able to lie the strips across the back like this as one big piece. However, with the cardstock, it's too much. It gets really thick right here. So I recommend these shorter pieces for around his head if you're using cardstock. All right, and really these are so adjustable once you've glued them on, unless you've gotten them a little too wide. And that's personal preference, and also they don't all have to be the same. So those are one of those things that you get to decide for yourself. So I'm just gonna put some together that are the same and some that aren't. Obviously I'm working from behind, so these cardstock papers are usually white or a different pattern on the back, so don't be thrown off by that. And so yeah, we're just gonna glue them down and go, they're basically about the same distance out all the way around. So I'm not going to do it even, as in just like one color, the second color, the third color, one color, the second color, the third color, because that wouldn't look too great, I don't think. So I'm going to go like so. And then we just flip it over and see how we're liking it when we're getting, oh, look at that one. When sometimes using up all of the parts of the paper doesn't work out. Okay. So we're just gonna, glue them on random. And when we're done all the way around, we can have another look, and we can always trim something out if we need to. All right, so you can see that I got my mane all done, and I wasn't going for super even or anything like that. I think it looks a little bit better when it's kind of a bit mixed up. And I'm just going to do the tail now. Put a little bit of glue on here, and I've actually trimmed these pieces down a little bit thinner, just so that I can fit them on. It is a little bit of a tighter space for sure. That guy in there, and then when I flip it over, if I want to trim it, I can do that no problem. Oh heavens, it's sticking to me and not the paper. Okay, there we go. And I might just pop that over here and have a look. Yeah, I'd kind of like to get one more on. So I'm just going to overlap that a bit. And there we go. And when that dries a bit, I might trim it a hair. But just play around with it until you're happy with it. There we go. And now we just have to place our head on the body. And I've given you quite a bit of room to glue here. So just lay down a bunch. And then you can put the head on any old way that you like. It's slightly angled, straight, your choice. There we go, all done. So I hope you enjoyed this craft. If you did, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks very much.